Right, we're back for some more combo Riptide. Now, saw all the last ones. I was basically messing around with Fire Breather. Lucky for me, Fish, Jacob stopped by, and they lent me their insight to really bring to my attention a disgusting interaction with Riptide and another card. Now, fortunately for me, the first time I tried to play it, I ended up doing absolutely disgusting things with it. So, yeah, if you haven't seen that, go find it. It was a fun game, but it was over in a flash. So I thought we'd just go through it step by step and watch as the combo gets worse and worse, right? In fact, you know what? We'll take a few seconds. Can you get the play straight away, right? First level should be nice and simple. It is basically you deep blue away Nourishing Emptiness, right? Doesn't go into your pitch zone, it goes to your deck. We can then find it with Mask of Malicious Manifestation. We then still have 2 resources, and off of a single card, we can now play it for free, basically. You throw in Goliath Gauntlets, and we now have a Dominate for 8, right? So that's level 1. Okay, now we have level 2. We've added a few more cards to the combo. What can we do? Okay, so here we go. Can you see the line of play? Well, starting off, we still deep blue away the Nourishing Emptiness. Goes to the bottom of your deck, right? Which is actually really important. So what it means is the way I've stacked the deck currently is we can reel in for maximum. So we can do 3, and then what will end up happening is we will make sure to get entirely traps. And that is the big impactful thing, because these now are basically resources in our hand. So select 4 traps, our hand size is now 6, and from that we can start commencing our normal play. We'll start off with Art of War, we'll pitch one of the traps, and from this we'll take the buff as well as go again. We still don't have to put anything into our arsenal because that's not really relevant to the combo just yet. We can mask, we'd have to discard 1 card, but it's fine. Sorry, not discard. Again, it goes to the bottom of the deck. Right, but now we have our first Nourishing Emptiness, and we have the Go Again floating effect. So you can probably see where the Codex comes into play. So we can Goliath Gauntlets, Nourishing Empty. We can then pitch a trap. Doesn't matter about the arsenal. We're floating 2 resources, which is also really important. And we're doing 9 with Dominates. But more importantly, we're also getting the Intellect bonus, which will come in handy in the next showcase. But after that, we can break the chain with Codex, sending Nourishing to the graveyard. We don't have to put anything into the arsenal. We have to discard it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Nourishing goes into our arsenal, and we have to get rid of Buzzsaw. But we are floating 2 resources, meaning that we can double up Nourishing Emptiness. So our opening play has been 9 into 7, both with Dominate, but also more importantly, most likely getting us 2 extra intellect. Even 1 extra intellect in the Styler deck we're actually running is fantastic because we're still going all traps. Now, what gives Mask of Malicious Manifestation its power is we're only running Nourishing Emptiness. So this is basically pay 1, find Nourishing Emptiness, right? Which is what we're doing with Fire Breather. But yeah, Nourishing Emptiness is the better payoff and allows us to run some other nice interactions, especially if we extend the combo play, right, over more turns. Okay, so the next iteration definitely shows off its flexibility a little bit better. So we can submit, right? We now start off with a Premeditate, Art of War, Codex of Frailty. So that's all pretty decent, right? We probably still want to deep blue something to gain a resource. It's not super impactful, but having 3 exactly for the Mask of Malicious Manifestation is definitely better. Yeah, because if we just play the Mask, right, we have to pitch 1 and get rid of something. Is that actually so harmful? Trying to think about it. I don't think that is. I think we save the deep blue. So we can mask, right? We pitch the Spike Pit Trap because we do have a blue. We can then sink the Art of War. It's fine. Sure, we'll get another one, right? And that allows us to play Nourishing Emptiness straight away. So we could probably Gauntlet. And the big thing is we're trying to get the Intellect off, right? So you could even do the Premeditate for the Ponder token, but we could save it for the next turn. So we go ahead and do that. Most likely get the Intellect. Now we have 1 in our graveyard, so we can Codex into the arsenal. We get 2 Art of Wars and Premeditate. So unfortunately, we didn't draw the other Codex, but that's fine, because again, what we can do is basically set up for Nourishing Emptiness over and over again, right? So against the Tusk, we're still Riptide, so we have our traps. So one way or the other, you can probably shut down what your opponent's doing. We'll use Collapsing Trap, doesn't really matter. Don't have to worry about the arsenal, that's fine. Pass, pass, pass. And now we're able to, again, use Nourishing Emptiness from our graveyard, thanks to the Codex. Probably play the Premeditate this time around, because again, we're just trying to continuously, that's what I'm trying to say, regain the intellect buff. That's the big thing. So if we use Codex, we do have to discard a card, right? And then we also have to pitch a card. So we probably want to pitch the Art of War to play the Nourishing Emptiness. We don't have to worry about playing it just yet because we're not trying to back-to-back Nourishing, right? Art of War is mainly there for the go again, more so than the buff, so that you can then, again, double up Nourishing Emptiness. But the simple fact that you're able to play it multiple turns over and over again quite easily, because it's searchable, it's in a defined position, you don't have to wait for it to come out of your 40-card deck, is definitely much better. So we can Codex, pass, we can discard the Buzzsaw Trap, most likely. We can send Art of War to the bottom of our deck, doesn't really matter. We don't need the 3, but you might want it. So again, this is where I like the flexibility of Deep Blue. But then we can play Nourishing Emptiness, pitch the Art of War, go ahead, do that, do it for 9. Again, regain the intellect buff. So that should be really good. We get 2 Ponder tokens, so that's also nice. But we should be able to do it one more time in a row. So double Ponder, right? We get another Codex, we get an Art of War. We're probably playing the Art of War. Are we playing the Art of War? No, we're probably just playing the Codex, right? So Codex with another Premeditate. Again, we have the traps to play defensively to shut down our opponents. So again, it just feels like there's no worries in terms of defense, and our offense is sorted because, again, it's just the same thing. We Premeditate, we play Nourishing, and we win. We've pushed a ton of damage, we've pushed intellect, and we have the traps for burn damage as well to push through against our opponent. So we can do that. We can even hold the Art of War now. I mean, we could still play the Art of War, right? And then, well, you couldn't swing because the swing costs too much. But yeah, you could then go into something else if you have something else. But I do think just running Nourishing Emptiness is a big part of the deck, right? Making Mask of Malicious Manifestation to kickstart it, really important. Because again, you pull it out of your deck from wherever it is, you then get it into your graveyard, and then you're able to get it back to back to back through both Codex as well as another very useful card. But yeah, so just 3 turns in a row. We've had traps to defend, right? And then we've also been able to play Nourishing Emptiness over and over again. And it's not like we're hurting for cards. I could have done another trap that turn, sacked the Art of War when we had to discard or pitch. So yeah, 9-ish 3 times in a row. It was 8, 9, 9, right? It's still fairly decent, plus the draw options. And again, with the mask, with just Nourishing Emptiness, you can kickstart this whenever you want. And because we're continuously feeding from our graveyard, it's always going to have its dominate effect, which I think is really impactful. Okay, so here's how the deck ended up looking. So again, we have Mask to pull Nourishing Emptiness out of our deck. We then have the Codexes to recycle it into our arsenal, play again, play again. We then also have Warmonger's Recital to stop it going into the graveyard. And there should be strategic planning, perfect, right? Which again allows us to pull it out and put it on the bottom of our deck. So put it to the deck, put it to the deck, put it to the arsenal, put it to the arsenal, and find it. So altogether, that's pretty useful. If you have it in your opening hand, you can get a Warmongers off, or you just save strategic planning. You then pull it out again with Mask of Malicious Manifestation. If you have it in your graveyard, you can use Codex. Again, we're just playing Nourishing Emptiness. There is no other attack in this deck. So we're either attacking super aggressively, getting huge upside with it, having dominate, or we're just playing defensive, control, fatigue, Riptide, where all we're doing is trapping. And because we have the majority of traps in our deck, we can then use Reel In to try and get either just more traps to use against our opponents, or get resources to go into, you know, a disgusting Nourishing Emptiness where we use Premeditate and Warmonger's Recital plus Art of War, all to buff it for a ton of damage. I mean, we can do what? An extra 6, an extra 12, an extra 14 if we get everything off, right? And then if you can double it up with Art of War, even better. So yeah, it definitely turned out better than the Fire Breather. As much as I like the Fire Breather into Reel In, into 3 of a kind to then buff it, you can just get so much damage off, right, with Nourishing Emptiness. Again, the first go of this deck was absolutely disgusting. You know what? I'll include it here. There you go. Hope you enjoy. We just mask. Might as well play the Art of War to swing. No, we can literally just juggle Nourishing at this moment. If I had Nourishing in this hand, I'd show you clear trap. I guess that makes sense. I think we sync 1 Codex, right? Because we're just doing Nourishing, Nourishing. It's enough resources if we pitch away the Pitfall with Deep Blue. Right? 4 and 4? Yeah. I'm keeping Deep Blue. Maybe. So, Art of War. We go again, we go buff. Going for the first one or the second one, I wonder? It doesn't matter, first one. Codex ends the chain, so it goes into the graveyard. Yeah, Arsenal's full, so they don't get benefit. So you don't like Deep Blue? Oh, that was pretty cool. Now we get a ton of traps. I mean, yeah, in this scenario to clear out the Frailty trap, and we didn't get a ton of traps. Out 6 draw, 24 traps, I think, if not more, and we didn't draw a single one. At least it does go again. Problem is, actually no, we have a Frailty, we can go for Nourishing Emptiness again. Alright, this is kind of disgusting. There are only so many traps though. Do we care about 4? I think we use the Purge Grapplers now. Trying to keep our hand. I haven't counted it out, so that's why I'm just playing it rough. But we go Warmongers, Premeditate, Codex, Nourishing goes back to the deck. So then we might as well use Blood Roar as well. Did I miss anything? Do we play Codex first? I guess we just play Codex first. Codex puts into the arsenal, right? Yeah. So we go pass. What do you mean? This is stock standard, right? We need to pitch. Yeah, so we get rid of the Blood Rot. This is normal Riptide. Come on. Normal Dominate Riptide. Haven't you? It's meta. You know, just casual 12, dominate after a turn with 9 and 7. Think below? No. See? You don't even need Arcane Barrier against Emperor with this deck.